Hey everyone, welcome back to Pabbly, and in this video you are going to learn how you can use Elementor forms to add registrants in a webinar that you want to conduct on GoToWebinar application automatically. So the idea here is that you want to conduct a webinar and you are using GoToWebinar application for hosting that webinar, and you have created a registration form for this webinar using Elementor form plugin, which is a form building plugin of WordPress. Okay. So now let me show you how automation is going to help you in this. So the flow of this automation that we are about to set up is going to look like this. As in when you receive a registration form submission via Elementor, the same person who have filled this form will be added in GoToWebinar application as a registrant automatically. Okay, so you need not to copy the data from the Elementor form submissions and go to here on GoToWebinar application and create a registrant manually. So it is going to happen automatically as and when any person is going to submit the registration form. And to make this happen, we are using Pabbly Connect, which is an integration and automation tool. And guys, the best part of setting up this automation is that you will not require any coding skills or programming knowledge. So it is surely help you in saving your time and energy, and it will improve your productivity as well. So now let's set up this automation together. So guys, the first step to set up this automation is to log in into your Pabbly Connect account. So guys, for this, you can check the link that we have pasted in the description for you, from where you can set up your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. And it will provide you 100 free automation tasks for every new month. Okay. After signing up, you can sign in and reach the dashboard of Pabbly Connect here like this. And here you have to start working by creating a workflow. So to create a workflow, you just have to click here on this create workflow button. And here you can give any suitable name to your workflow. So let me fill the name here. Okay, so here I have given the name to this workflow as add registrants from Elementor to GoToWebinar automatically. Okay, now you can click here on this create button and you can see your workflow getting created here like this. And guys, on this page, you will find these two things first, the trigger and the action. So this automation is going to work on these two things. So the trigger is the happening of any event. So it is saying when this happens, and the action is the response to the trigger. So it is saying do this. All right. As in our use case, the trigger would be a form submission via Elementor, and the action towards that trigger would be to add the same person who have filled the form into GoToWebinar application. Okay. So first of all, you have to set up this trigger here. So from this choose app field, first you have to choose your trigger application. So our trigger application is Elementor. So type here Elementor and you'll find it here. Okay, just click on it to select it. And in the trigger event, you have to select new form submission. So it will trigger this workflow whenever a new form is submitted. Okay. Now it will give you this URL. This is called as a webhook URL, guys. And with the help of this, you can fetch the details, the data from any external application to here in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so with the help of this, we are going to integrate the Elementor form plugin and we will bring the test data of any test submission here. Let me show you. Guys, you can read the instructions written here, how you can do this. Let me show you how actually it is going to happen. So I'm just clicking on copy here first and I'm copying the webhook URL. Then you have to go to the dashboard of WordPress from where you have created the form. Okay. And I'm going to edit this form with the help of Elementor plugin. I'm clicking on edit with Elementor. Okay. And the editor is opening up here. And here is the Elementor editor. Okay. And from here, I'm going to scroll down on the form and I'm clicking here. And as and when I'll click on the fields of the form on the left hand side panel, you can see we have this content tab. And under this content tab, when you scroll down, you will find this actions after submit button. So click on actions after submit. And from here, you have to search for webhooks. Okay. Webhook, click on it. And as you add this add action here, a webhook field will appear, a webhook tab will appear below. So click on it and you will find this webhook URL field here. And here you have to paste the webhook URL that you have copied from Pabbly Connect like this. Okay. And guys, after pasting the webhook URL here, you have to click on this update button and update the page. Okay. So the form is updated, right? And here you can see, as you have copied this webhook URL from Pabbly Connect, started showing this waiting for the webhook's response. So this means now you have to do a test submission, or you have to fill the form as a test submission, and you have to fetch the details here. Okay, so I am opening my form from here. I'm clicking on view page, and this is the form I have created for the registration on the webinar on this topic, is PHP a dying language in 2022. Okay, so here I'm going to fill the form with some exemplary details of a person. So here I am putting the name as Himanshu, last name is Kumar, and let me put the email address as this, and I'm clicking on send. And as and when this form is going to be submitted, you can see the form was sent successfully. The data of this person who have filled this form is going to be captured in Pabbly Connect. Let me show you. And here you can see in the response received section, we got the details of this person who have filled the form. So these are the test details. Now I want to add this person as a registrant in a webinar that I'm hosting on GoToWebinar application. So this is the webinar I'm hosting on GoToWebinar application on this date. Okay, so to add the registrant here, you have to connect GoToWebinar application in this actions tab. So from this choose app field, search for GoToWebinar. This is it. Okay, now in the action events, you have to select create registrant option. Okay, then click on connect, and from this window select add new connection, and here you have to click on connect with GoToWebinar. Okay, so it will bring you to the login window if you are not logged in. Okay, as I have already logged in, it is connected. Now it is showing this warning, from time is required. Okay, so you have to fill the start date and time of the webinar and the end date and time of the webinar. So you have to put this date and time in this format. Okay, so you have to just copy this format first and put this format here. And now let's check the start date and time of our webinar. So you can see our webinar is going to be conducted on 21st of February 2022 at 11:30 a.m. Okay, so I'm going to change the date first. So the date is 21 February 2022. Okay, this is the date. And here you have to put the time in UTC format, guys. So UTC is the universally converted time format, and this webinar is going to be held on 11:30 a.m. that is in IST. So you can change, you can convert IST in UTC with the help of any online converter. So UTC lags behind Indian Standard Time format by 5 hours and 30 minutes. So you have to put, if you want to put 11:30 here, you have to put here 6 a.m. Okay, 06 a.m. Okay, and let me copy this format here again in the to time. So here I am going to put the end date and time. So end date would be same, 21/02/22, and here I am going to put the end time as 10:30 p.m. That means when you convert it into UTC, it become 5 p.m. Okay, and you have to put 5 here in 24 hours format, so you have to put here 17. Okay, that's how you can convert and add the time and dates. Now you can click on save, and you will be connected like this with GoToWebinar application, and you can see the webinar name is automatically here. Okay, and now it is asking for the first name, the last name, and the email address of the registrant to add this registrant in this webinar. Okay, so I'm going to use this data that we have received, the test data that we have captured in the first step, and I'm going to map this data here in the second step. Okay, so to map the data, you just have to click here, and you will find this Elementor step in the drop down, and when you click on it, you will find all the data that you have captured. So from this here only, I'm going to map the first name. For the last name, follow the same process and map the last name. And for the email, follow the same process and map the email. So when you map the data like this, what will happen? After setting up this automation in real time, whenever you are going to receive a registration or form submission via Elementor, this data is going to change automatically, and a new registrant will going to be added into your webinar. Okay, according to the new data. Okay, That's why we need the data here to map it. Okay, right. So now let's check our connection with GoToWebinar if it is working properly or not. So I'm going to click here on save and send test request, and a new registrant will be added here. Let me show you here in the registration list. So here you can check the registrants. Okay, so we have total 6 registrants now. Okay, so let us check our connection. I'm clicking on save and send test request, and you can see this is the response we have received here. Now let's check in the webinar, GoToWebinar application. I'm refreshing this page here. And now you can see a new registrant is added here with the name as Himanshu Kumar. Okay, and this is the email ID, and this is the same person whose data I have mapped here like this. Okay, so this is how it is going to happen in real time, guys. So, and guys, you have to set up this automation, make the connections and map the data only once. After that, you don't have to do anything manually. After that, it is going to, let me show you a real-time example. Let me open the form again. So I am filling this form again here, and you will see in real time how the new registrant is going to be added. So I am putting the name as Naresh now. Okay, Naresh Singh, and this is the email, and I'm submitting this form again. Okay, so you can see the form is submitted. Now let's check in GoToWebinar if a new registrant added or not. So I'm refreshing the page again. Now we got 8 registrants here, which was 7 earlier, and let me show you. A new registrant with the name Naresh Singh is added here automatically. So this is how it is going to work in real time, guys. And guys, the best part is you can use this same workflow that I have just created, because I'm going to paste the link of this same workflow in the description so that you can clone it in your own free Pabbly Connect account and start using this automation instantly. Guys, thank you so much for watching our video, and please let us know how our automation ideas are helping you in the comment section. And if you have any queries related to this application, please ask your queries from this forum link, and do check the pricing of this application from this link. And guys, we are open to ideas. If you want us that we should make videos on other aspects of your business, please do let us know in the comment section. And if you like our work, please subscribe to our channel.